everybody. So I want to talk about a session that I had today. It was truly so gorgeous. So me and my friend, we arrived at this setting. It's a big open space, a lot of people, like a full room, for sure, like somewhere around 15-20 people. Now there was one facilitator. It's her birthday, I think, tomorrow, and there were also facilitators who had trained with her. There were a lot of facilitators going around. So we started at 11 something, and they did a demo. So they turned on the music, and immediately, like, it's still interesting to just have everybody be really quiet in the room, sit there, and once the music starts and the facilitator taps you and you lie on the ground, that your body starts to move and shake, or sounds start to come. Really, yeah. It's always so surprising. Like, it happens. It just happens. So once the session started, yeah, so much flow, so much beautiful flow. My friend who also was with me, with her, there were like these sounds that were coming out. A lot of very expressive sounds, a lot of shouting, and yeah, like a very loud, like this. And for me, there was just a lot of flow, a lot of movements. There were a couple of moments which were really gorgeous. One of the facilitators, she sat next behind me, and just the way she said, it was like my body was going through these waves. It's like when you're in the process, there are like these waves, like a wave of emotions, or a wave of movements, or a wave of some kind of process, either releasing something, shouting something, singing something, or going into a certain inner state. Just the waves, certain waves. And then one wave passes, you ride it out fully, and then another may start. And there was this one wave, it was really gorgeous. It was taking me to the edge of my sense of existing. So it's like inside there was like this feeling that was like searching for the center of I. And it was almost like unwinding unto itself, like going to the source. And yeah, like my body just like went completely like this, and I was just being held by this facilitator. It was really beautiful. There were some sounds that were being made, and the first session was quite intense because of the movements, and yeah, it was intense overall for everybody in the room. A lot of people were moving and shaking and dancing, and witnessing all that. It's kind of like you're just like, oh, everybody's here going through their own process. There's no competition. There is no higher or lower. Everybody's just in their own process. Yeah, there were so many people that were active. It's interesting. Sometimes my eyes were open, and they were like just standing up and dancing and making like these movements, and it's so pleasurable to feel the wave of these movements coming and ride them out, to go with them, to dance into them, and to really it's like an impulse that arises, and you go with the impulse, and then it either goes into a new impulse, or just because you're going with the impulse, you're feeling you're feeling it really like going into it. It's really, yeah, really, really freeing also. It's like you're dancing this impulse dance of energy. And yeah, sometimes I was witnessing the facilitators, which was very nice. Um, yeah, there were really a lot of sweet moments. And the session itself, it just seeing the facilitator training of a trainer. She's so caring and so kind, and knowing that she does facilitator training, it's like there are thoughts about maybe doing a training with her, because my friend is going to do it with her. And it's actually funny because afterwards there was somebody else who was like, oh, are you guys maybe gonna do it? Maybe she's gonna do it as well. And yeah. Then we had a break, and some people ate. I didn't eat, and just drank water. And after the break, we had some dancing. We danced. It was fun. And then, now this was very, very cool. During the dance, she asked us to sit down and then to look for a person and then team up with that person. Like, okay. So I just sat and I closed my eyes. And everybody was moving and shifting. And honestly, the friend with whom I came, she went to somebody else. And when I saw that kind of, yeah, there were like reactions to the thoughts, like, oh, why didn't she come to me? Why, yeah, like, so that was interesting to notice that in myself. And then I look eyes, like I open my eyes, and immediately there's like this woman sitting there. She's sitting there, and she locks eyes. I close my eyes again, and then open my eyes, and she comes to me. So we locked eyes, so we sit in front of each other. So sitting in front of each other, you just eye gaze at each other, eye gazing. And yeah, it was really like the facilitators turn on some music and you eye gaze. There's something really, really peaceful, really like the sense of nakedness, of vulnerability when you're sitting together like that. It's really intense and confronting, because when you're looking at somebody like this, so eye gazing so deeply, you can have this sense inside of you where you're still holding back. You know, when you know you're being watched and you're not fully like just letting your belly out, like somewhere you're like, you sense where there's still this tightness of wanting to protect yourself, not wanting to be seen in a certain way, or you know, like wanting to look good or be seen in a certain manner. And yeah, and after that, like we did that for a while, and afterwards that woman, when we did the sharing, she told me, well, she told the group, because everybody was sharing what she had experienced, and she said such beautiful things. It was so touching. She said basically, when she was looking at me, it was like, it could be, yeah, she saw her own pain and she saw my pain, and she had this sense or feeling, the sense that I am her and she's me. Yeah, just the way she described it, it was so touching. It was like, wow, thank you. Really beautiful. So after that, we sat back to back, sitting back to back. We just sit like this, head to head, and they start the music, and just after some while, you notice there are like movements starting. So it's like moving, and then the hands, and then the head, and it's like two bodies like moving, like interacting with each other, or the energies having like contact with each other through the bodies. And honestly, that was so fun, so pleasurable. Like the feelings inside that you get, it's like you're, yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's like you're having these kind of like aroused feelings, like really pleasurable feeling, but it's not necessarily sexual or sensual. It's more like satisfaction, like yeah, really, really wonderful. Just going into that, then standing up together, going into a dance, and just being in that flow. Like, this experience was, it's so intimate and it's so profoundly touching to just witness this connection, to just feel the sensations, to connect, to dance, to laugh, to yeah, to feel really alive with no worry and no care, to just be in that energetic experience in such a um, hmm, like the way it's sensed, it just it's not, oh, because she's so hot, or oh, because she looks like this, or because I look like, it's very like just energy, and wow, it's a really beautiful experience. Really grateful for that. Mm, yeah, there was a lot of fun, just hugging and dancing and laughing, and afterwards we had like a little break, and then we had a session two. Now, session two, once it started, it wasn't as like, because people were already a bit like, after the first session it was quite intense. So after during the second session, it was more like I was looking at my friend, more laying down, more calmer, but there were still a lot of sounds. And it's interesting that my friend, she was doing way more sounds during this session. As the sessions now progress, she's doing her fourth session or something, and they're like, she said this to me. It's like vocally she's becoming more and more freer, sounds and screaming, and like she was making really like a lot of different sounds. At one point, like somebody said, like these zoo sounds, or these animal sounds. Mm, yeah, really, really beautiful. For me, like while the session was ongoing, it's yeah, I'm really grateful to have a friend and to be able to go to these kind of events. Now, while we were while there was just dancing and flowing, singing Elohim, 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 or language, blah 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 blah, blah, like things being said and hands moving, and you're just in that flow, one flow, that flow, this flow, the impulses. It's yeah, you really just feel so alive, so alive, and there were really beautiful moments there was also a moment during the first session, just popped up, where the facilitator, she did her forehead against my forehead. It was really so touching, so touching. Yeah, like the depth of connection that you get to experience with facilitators or with people, or in these kind of settings, it's really so heartwarming. It's really, yeah, wow. Now, during the second session, there was this moment where it was all about, just like breathing, stopping, and just feeling the emptiness, the stillness inside the body. And it's almost like being willing to, and then coming back, and like these cycles are very interesting. In a way, it's like it's showing me or guiding me to my boundary of my sense of existing or of being, and then it's bringing me up to that boundary, or making me sense that boundary where you still feel like you can grasp on, you can hold on, but at certain points here there's just such a lightness. There's such like, you just open your eyes, and your eyes look at your hands, and it's just so in the moment, so present, so like the way you perceive things, the emotions you feel. At one point, just standing like this, dancing. It's really fun. Really fun. Also a lot of touching on certain points, making some sounds, sometimes shouting, and then like having really, really like deep orgasms. Like really like, like moaning, like really loud also, and really pleasurable, really intense. It's such a almost magical experience, because you're all sitting in this room together. You don't really know each other. The facilitators are really like guiding your journeys, your processes, and support you in those. At certain points, you really feel that the facilitator is just there for you. At one point, at the end, there was this sadness, just sitting like this, and there was like this sadness that would to come out, and a facilitator came behind me and just hugged me. At the end of session 1, like my hands were like this, and the facilitator took one hand and she put it on the hand of my friend, and we were like interlocked like this, just holding each other's hands. It's like these little like the ambiance that's in this group, in this space, in this atmosphere. It's gorgeous, because when you look at the people afterwards, when you talk with people, there's such a kindness, and maybe, how would I say it, such like an honest sincerity, like of people just wanting to delve into their process, or to take the next step, or to release, or to be. And then you meet some people, you talk with this person, you talk with that person, they say they're also from the Ukraine, and that person tells about his experiences with this. It's really, really cool to just socialize and connect with people. Now, there was one moment where there was some triggers for me, for sure there were triggers. There was a moment where I was sitting with this guy talking, and yeah, there was just this moment and he did something. And there was like this trigger for me, noticing that dislike or dissatisfaction that was arising. Yeah, in the session there was this sense, like when the sadness was coming out, the sense of feeling alone, because you're on this journey, and yeah, everybody's in different parts of their process. So it can, maybe consciously or unconsciously, it may feel like you're so alone because nobody's exactly where you are, or some people are in a different part or in a different phase of their process. It's funny how things come back and you notice that some things in you are resolved and some aren't, and that you, in the end, you just want to be happy. Just want to be happy, to be loving, to feel love, to connect. I love hugging afterwards with people. Like at the end, when you hug all these people, and like when I was hugging the woman with whom I done the back-to-back thing, she said something to me which was really touching. She said, "I love you," and she said, I will always love you," or I will, yeah, she said something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but something like that. And she's like, "Remember that." She's like, "You're almost there. You're almost there." You know what I mean? Honestly, I was so touched by this meeting because, yeah, I would have just gone for the experience with my friend, but closing my eyes and then being so surprised by this intense experience with her. That was, when you hug then and you kiss each other on the cheek and you press so tightly, and like this moment, this experience, this connection, this sharing, it was a gift. It was a gift. It's really a gift. Yeah. I'm so in love with this process. The process of coming together, sharing, diving deeply, connecting with each other, and yeah. Oftentimes, we may think we know, but if we really truly feel in our hearts, if we really sink into our heart space and feel from that heart, there's a sincerity there, and that sincerity is, it's like it's like something that allows you to be authentically yourself, to connect with people, to connect with the environment, to connect with with how you with your expressiveness in life, and your authentic, genuine persona. Really grateful for this. It was unexpected. It went by so fast. Like this morning I was getting up, getting ready, and now I'm back. Went back like this, past like this, really deep, really intense. Um, hmm. If there's one thing that I can share or learn or take from this gathering today, is that to feel the embrace of love and to witness a loving moment, to witness an expression of love, is such a gift. Hmm. It really makes you feel like life is so magical when these, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and wish you a good night. Tomorrow I'm starting a 1 month Akawa online intensive. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Bye.